Hi, good morning, partners. I'm sitting here with Bayo Onigbanjo. He's the Director of Marketing for the Zatar Group here at Zebra. And I wanted to sit down with him and ask him a few questions because I get the feeling after talking with a lot of partners that Zatar may still be a little fuzzy and what it actually means as far as what Zebra's strategy is and what partners can do maybe even as of today to start positioning themselves or even have solutions that would allow them to take advantage of Zatar and the Internet of Things to create value and differentiate themselves from their own end users. So, Bayo, good to meet you today. I want to start out real quick. So, how would you define Zatar from a partner's perspective?
Okay. Good morning. And so Zatar, first and foremost, is an IoT application enablement platform. And what this means is it's really a tool to create IoT devices and IoT applications. So when you think about that, in the IoT world, you're going to get all the smart connected devices into the internet, and you're going to have applications that interact with those devices. Zatar is a cloud model that makes that possible.
Okay. So, are there applications, say, where a partner could utilize Zatar and the Internet of Things to offer solutions to their end users?
Yes, so the IoT is all about collaboration. You're going to get multiple players in the ecosystem, and so for Zatar, it's really an ecosystem play. So when we look into the partner system, we say, okay, what roles can partner play? Zebra has extensively been a partner company, which means we rely on partners both from the resale perspective, but even ISVs. So our independent software partners are going to play a key role in the IoT space. So now let's look specifically at Zatar. So if you think about Zatar, really enabling devices to connect into the internet. So partners today have customers where they're selling into the customers have multiple devices. The next step businesses are asking is, how can I connect this device into the internet? That is the first step where Zatar can help, right? So by creating these devices, be them legacy devices or newer devices, Zatar allows you to create a simple way for those devices to become visible into the cloud. And what that means is, from a partner perspective, you can start offering the first, most basic services from an IoT perspective, which is remote visibility of that device. As a business, if I know what's going on with every device within my facility, I now have a new way to understand and improve productivity and efficiency around that product. So that's the first basic service that Zatar will offer you. Bring any type of device, remote device. So think of devices in remote facilities in different countries. By using the Zatar device library and the industry standard ecosystem, you can connect that device into the internet. You connect it into Zatar, which means you immediately have a visualization for that device. So I could be sitting here in Chicago and know exactly what's going on with a device based out of Phoenix. And that's an example of how Zatar can immediately help partners to start getting into the IoT. The second stage is, if you think about what we're doing today with Zebra products, right? With IoT, Zatar allows these devices to be extended. So take printers, for example. Today we support 90% of Zebra printers are supported on Zatar. And what that means is every printer that's connected into Zatar now becomes available in the cloud. Right? From a partner perspective, that means you can start offering new services such as remote maintenance, right? So you know exactly when that printer is down. You can then call your end user customer and say, listen, I know your printer's down in this store, I can help you send someone out to fix it. You have productive and predictive maintenance. You know exactly when that printer is going to run out of media, which means you can call the customer and upsell them before they even need the media, right? One of the use cases we're also seeing that's getting a lot of attraction is the pay-per-use, right? So the pay-per-use model, if you think about the economy we live in today, it's really a pay-per-use economy. People use Uber as a service, for example. You don't own the car, you just get in, you pay, and you're out. The businesses today that want to use Zebra printers in that same format, right? They want to be able to extend their application to print into a Zebra printer. Traditionally, this has been a challenge because these printers were connected in a very localized way. So they're either connected via serial ports or local Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology. Right? With Zatar now, I can have a printer connected into Zatar, and I can print from any web-based application or mobile application anywhere in the world to that printer.
Excellent. So if we extend this out, a lot of the partners that I at least normally work with, a lot of the partners are focused on maybe shop floor, manufacturing, transportation, logistics, those kinds of things. You're the more industrial types of environments. So are there a few, 1, 2, 3 different types of applications that those partners might be able to start looking at now where the end user would see value in utilizing Zatar, and again, a way that they can differentiate themselves to their end users?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So if you take the
You
manufacturing,
did mention pay-per-use already,
Yeah.
but
but again, you think about the manufacturing facility, right? There's several manufacturing processes that actually have, say, a Zebra printer being used to print labels at a certain point of production. Okay. Traditionally today, like I said, it's a very localized network connectivity. Okay. But we're seeing applications even in the manufacturing facility moving into the cloud.
okay.
Okay, once these applications now leave in the cloud, they become a different type of animal, right? Because they're not localized. They don't go through the serial ports. And it's a challenge for applications to actually print directly from the application into a printer because they don't have that direct connectivity to it. And that's kind of a way where Zatar comes in. So now you have folks within the manufacturing facility that, based off their handheld mobile computing unit, they can actually send a print job to any printer within the facility. Right, so we're already seeing those use cases within our facility in Herrenveen, for example, where we're using Zatar to manage all the printers in the facility. And one of the things that really struck them immediately was you gain a better insight into the production level of each printer. Right, the assumption is every printer that's connected and it's live is actually working. And the reality is there are actually some printers that work more than the others. And now because you have this new level of visibility with the analytics that come with Zatar and the printers, is you can actually see, oh, wow, I have 10 printers connected, but there are only 3 that keep doing the bulk of the work, right? The other thing you start getting insight into, because now you can see exactly how labels are being printed, is you start getting a good idea of your production times, right? You know when peak times are, you know when behaviors are. The current process today is people just print and they don't really know and have visibility to exactly what action is taking place, right? So with Zatar, you can see exactly what's going on. You can see the printers you're printing to, you can see the time of the day that you're doing that print. Now you can go back and say, why do I have picks at 11 a.m. when that's just before break time? Now you have a whole new level of visibility that you can then take back into that whole process optimization and say, you know what? We shouldn't be having these peaks. This is not the idea, right? The process should be evened out over the course of the day. And that's some of the visibilities you get with Zatar.
So you and I want to ask you another question because I started thinking of something as you were talking. So I didn't prompt you or give you any awareness to this question, but I can see some partners maybe thinking about this next question, so I figured I'd ask it. So then how would, based on everything you said, talking about printers that are functioning, which aren't, utilization, I should say, how does that differ from the ZebraNet Bridge or something like that they might be familiar with from previous times?
Okay, so one of the things that needs to be clear is Zatar enables applications like NetBridge. We do have NetBridge today, and it offers you that capability. One of the things Zatar aims to do is it's device agnostic. Right. So if you look at, it could be in a partner environment, you could have a combination of Zebra printers and other third-party supplier printers. Right now you have one platform that can actually serve that. The other thing we see, even with Zebra software, is there's some support for certain devices that don't exist across board. Right. Zatar today aims to have support across all the devices that we have. The key thing to think about is what is the use case that you're trying to do. NetBridge was designed to provide a particular solution, right, on the printer. One of the things IoT is going to do is that collaboration. So I'll give you an example of knowing exactly what's happening to one device. In the IoT world, you would now start collaborating and taking inputs from multiple devices. So I might need to actually take an action where I want to start production on a particular shipment for labeling when a driver is within a certain distance to the facility, to the warehouse.
Good point. Okay.
Right. In the Zatar world, so we can take that data feed from the truck. It could be coming off this GPS system where we know, okay, this truck is now within proximity, and that triggers that printer to actually start printing. So what you've seen all of a sudden is you combine something totally independent of printers, which NetBridge can't do today, with something that works with printers. And it's really combining all these separate individual entities and sensors that's really the goal of IoT, and that's what Zatar pulls together.
Okay, excellent. The only thing, this video is getting kind of long, but So with Zatar and with IoT, I'm kind of reading between the lines. You're also going to have access to a bunch more analytics and information that you wouldn't have had access to
Correct.
as an organization.
Yeah.
Previously.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.